So if you enjoyed the last video, we got a nasty video. We got to clean all of the inside of the tank. So we're going to start off doing it a lot by hand. So we're going to scrape a lot of this out in the front because it's very, very loose stuff. In the back is where the engines were, all very oily there, but we're going to try and clean most of it by wiping it. I don't want to get the steam cleaner in there straight away and put all the grease and all the oil down the drains. Not a good idea here at the workshop. But yeah, we also got to move a lot of the components about. So that is what's going to be happening in this video. So at the minute we're just cutting out. We're like, oh, we're going to change the plan. We're lowering the whole floor of the tank. We're going to put it as low as we can get it. So the floor is just going to be about this height, just enough to clear all the steering, but we still want to be able to get to it. And that is, I found a really good seat on Facebook Marketplace. I'm messaging the guy at the moment, so I can't say too much about it, but I think it's the perfect seat for the tank. It's meant for an offshore powerboat, and they don't have any suspension, and they do really, really gnarly stuff. So I think it'd be perfect for this. But with that, we've got to get the floor as low as we can get it. So, been working on the tank. We've got most of the floor out. I'm thinking about taking that one out as well. So at the moment, I've only cut out one cross brace across the floor on this bit, but it shouldn't affect the tank at all because we're putting a roll cage in. We're going to be welding some more bars across the bottom of it anyway, and along the sides for the floor. The main thing I've got to be careful of is we want to be able to still get to these. These are the suspension on the tank. So it's got torsion bars, one there, one for each wheel. That's how the suspension works on this tank. Still want to be able to get to the steering. That's all the steering there on those push rods going up to the back. You can see them pulling at the back there.
Hang on.
You see them?
Yeah.
So, but if you notice, a little bit of pull on this moves that one a lot more. So it's got an upscaler in there. Yeah, but what else was I going to say? Ah, right. And the other thing we've been thinking about is we might not have to remake the body in fiberglass. Georgina says, but it's an original tank from the back in the 80s. And if we take that off, it really will not make it the same, would it?
Nah.
So yeah, we're thinking about just fixing the body and not making it in fiberglass. What do you think? Should we remake this body in fiberglass or keep it original, how it was back in the day, just with some safety improvements? So we're really cracking on with the tank. Now, one of the big things I wanted to do with the tank is improve the seating. One, to get it lower, and also to make it have some suspension. Now, in the tank before, when in previous videos you see me jumping up and down the seat, and one of the seats did have suspension in it, and this is what it was in there. So this is what was in there, and I've actually played around with it, so it actually works a little bit better than it did before. It didn't have much movement on it, and it also for some reason the tensioner wasn't working, but I've managed to fix all of that now. And so it's got two springs there and one really small shock absorber. The good thing about this one though is when it goes up and down, it's on a scissor, so it always stays in the same plane. But it hasn't got that much suspension movement on it, and you can't control the shock absorber, so it's not the best idea. So what I've decided to get is this. So this is 4-link. The only thing with this is though, is when it travels, it does go backwards because of this angle here. But it's got a massive Fox shock absorbers in it, which is adjustable, so I can adjust it on the bottom there. and it's also adjustable in the height. So this also you can pull this out, and it's got all these adjustments on here. So at the moment it's as low as it can go, but you compare the height difference between that one and the new one, and that's as low as that one can go. So I've got to try and get this lower in the tank. So that's why I was cutting out parts of the floor to see if we can get this low enough. And I've already put one in there, and I've still got to get it lower. So that one's just sat in there at the minute, sideways, because there's not enough room to get it in there because of all the linkage and stuff. But I've got to try and get it as low as I can get it, and I was going to stick it on top of these bars. That isn't going to work. It's going to have to directly mount to the floor to get it low enough. So I'm going to have to cut around more bars, move more stuff about. Might even have to move the linkage for the steering forward just a little bit so we can get these bases in, because the bases are so big and I need to bolt through this. The footprint is massive, but also we've got all the bits in the tank. So we've got all the steering linkage, and of course the torsion bars that are in the bottom of the tank will actually do the suspension in the tank. Now we want to get more suspension in the seat because we can't get any more suspension in the tank. So let's see what I've got to do to get around this problem. So I've got to address the elephant in the room. I've bashed my head. Went away in the RV at the weekend, managed to smack my head, but it's all on the mend. I mend really quick. So as long as doing the tank, I've actually got the Mini Monster Truck Mania mini swamp thing in, and I've also got Big Pete and another truck to do for them. So yeah, over the season, this one's been done for a while. So on this one, it had some damage on the back. The piece snapped off the side, and also where the kids get in and out of it had quite a bit of damage up on the top, and they want them to keep looking the best. So I'm going to hopefully get this one in colour today and get all the lacquer on it. But they've got a new one coming, but I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to let them reveal that. So if you check them out on Facebook, which is Mini Monster Truck Mania, you can find out what it is when they release it. So here is Mini Swampthing all finished. I've just repainted all the dark green. You can see it's quite a nice finish. You can see my reflection as I'm walking around it. So I'm really, really happy how it's come out. All the repairs come out good. So they're like the corners. That bit was completely missing. Really, really happy. So we're in the bottom of the tank and we're trying to make more room for the seat. So I've taken out the other crossbeam that was at the back. So that's where those two were. And now I'm taking the one out that's in the floor. So this one I've cut at an angle because the seat actually belt is going to bolt in here. Going to re-gusset that up there, and then I'm going to put a new one in just in front of the steering once the steering's in. And then also we're going to put in a few more when the floor's back in. So we're going to have some in front of the levers. So it all will be tied back in again, but we just need to make that extra bit of room to get the seat bases in. So now, one of my favourite tools, plasma cutter.
A few moments later.
One bit out, a few more to do. So apparently I'm really dirty. I'm not surprised the amount of cutting and stuff I've been doing to get the seat base in. So we've got the first seat base sat in there now. Now you can see why I was trying to get it, because I've got to try and get it between where the levers are and clear the shock absorber at the back. So we got it in there. Now, it's on at the moment. It's on its highest setting. So when it's on its highest setting, I've still only just got clearance on here.
Yeah.
And we haven't got the seat or anything in yet, but it's on its highest setting. The seat. Me and Georgina jumped on it, didn't we, a minute ago?
Yeah.
And we was jumping up and down over it, and we still couldn't bottom out the shock absorber on it.
Yeah.
So that's good. Just sat in here in a minute, I've got to go that way more, so I've got to cut more out of this rest here. So yeah, we've got to go over probably because I've got to clear the steering through the middle of the seat. So yeah, so I've probably got to go over another about another inch, I'd have thought, because at the moment it just feels really weird. I want to be there. So yeah, but we're getting there. What a thing to try and take out, and we got to put all the new ones back in yet. But yeah, so they're probably gonna, where it's gonna be yet.
It looks awkward for the throttle, doesn't it? Because like your foot's way under it.
Yeah, it could be under there, and the brake could be there somewhere, or it could be up once the seat's in.
Oh, you might be a bit higher up.
You could have them on this side of it there.
Yeah. At the minute, it's a bit awkward.
It's a bit awkward at the minute.
Yeah.
It's just because it could be the floor height from that is up on that high there.
Yeah.
On the other side of these, but that's all we've got to work out yet. So we've got the seat in.
Just sat on it.
Sat on it. Proper sketchy. Don't put it this way. Wouldn't like to fall off of it.
Yeah.
Right. So we're just setting out where we want stuff to be, and we're still mocking it up at the moment. Main thing we want to make sure is I can get that is fully locked out, so that they don't actually go that far back normally. We're gonna have the throttle pedal there.
We're not having it on the floor anymore.
Not gonna have it on the floor. It's gonna be up here now, and the brake will be there.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna be doing that.
Nope.
So that brake there, throttle there. Gear stick will be up here, up in between it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build another floor in further up. So we're gonna put braces. So when they're fully forward, so when that's fully forward, we can have a bar as close to them as possible, and that'll go across in between there where all the suspension bits are, and then we can work out where we're putting the. We're gonna have to raise the shifter up somehow.
We could
So
put
it's
it
up there.
Put on platforms in.
But yeah,
Big bar.
so we got to take out the bar across the back.
Yeah. So this one it was bent anyways, but we're gonna put a bigger tube down the
So
bottom.
we're gonna put some bigger tubes down the bottom on it.
What?
We're building the roll cage off the top of this. Remember.
One thing I'm not happy with is the seat actually goes behind this bar, and I feel like when you have your helmet on, you are definitely gonna smack it. So we might have to.
It won't, because it can't come out. Look, I can't hit.
No, I'm not on about that. So the top of your head.
Top of my head isn't going to hit a bar.
Yeah, it is. With a helmet on, it would. 100% it would.
Well, all right, we'll have to work that out. I can go forward a little bit more.
Yeah, because I feel like when you would have your helmet on, you would smack that bar.
Do you want to go and get it?
Yeah.
Go on then, go and get it.
You haven't put that helmet on quite a while, have you?
I don't know if I can actually put it on when I'm in a seat.
We can always disconnect the hands device if it makes it any easier.
So where's it now?
Like, almost on it. Try and push your head as far back as it goes.
That's it, I'm on the seat. I can't go any further.
I'm not kidding, it's very close. Like, it's like this much.
Yeah, but we can probably adjust that a bit.
Yeah. But, you are lower than the roll bar.
Yeah?
Not by much, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we're still thinking about making the roll bar a bit taller.
I think it does need to be a bit taller, yeah.
So, yeah. I've got to try and get out now.
Yeah, it was really awkward getting in.
It's really, because you haven't got a floor and nothing's bolted down.
So you got to be really careful.
I've got to try and get out now. And this seat's really tight as well on me.
I sit in it, I got loads of room.
Yeah, you've got loads of room in the small one.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm a little bit more happy now that I saw you with the helmet on.
Right. You want me to, you're videoing me trying to get out now, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's quite funny. If it goes wrong, you go on even framed.
I'm out. Ghost.
How's it doing that?
I'm rocking it on the floor.
How's it doing that?
So it's the next day, and I've been thinking about what we filmed yesterday and how the seat looked in the truck. And I've had an idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the steering. So at the moment I'm standing up in it, and that is where the seat base touches the back of the steering. Gonna move all the steering forward 4 inches, and then that'll let me bring the seat base forward 3 inches, so I should clear the roll bar, so I won't be underneath it. I should be in front of it then, with the seat, and then it gives me a little bit more room for the levers and everything to work. So I'm going to do that now. So I've just measured everything up where all the points are, and I'm going to remake everything because I don't really like how it's all stacked up on top of each other, and it's actually not straight in there, what's really annoying me. So I'm going to cut everything out, then I can get into the floor and cut all where the other battery mounts are, clean it all up, and then we'll have a blank place to remount all of that. I can put all the big new cross members in really nice and easy, and I can cap off the ends of those where I've took that cross member out down there, so I can cap off the ends of them, brace it all up, put all the extra beams in I want to put in. I want to put in more floor around where the levers are, and of course behind everything. So yeah, I think that's the way to do it. So I've finished the inside of the tank. If you pass us the phone, Georgina. Georgina's been, give us a wave. Georgina's been in the spray booth and she's been sanding another mini monster truck. So that is what this looks like. She's been really busy on it today, but this is what I have been up to. So now this is, I think, everything cut out that I need to cut out. I don't think there's any more cutting out, or still, oh, got to shorten that one the same as that one. But apart from that, that is everything cut out. So I've even cut out, there was some angle iron that was on there. And that is, so the dashboard used to be sloped. We're not having it sloped anymore. It's going to be flat, because where we've brought the floor forward, where I'm going to be bringing the controls forward, that means the seat goes forward. I need more leg room. So that is the extra leg room in there. So yeah, so I think that's all the cutting. So next week, we're going to be welding. We've got to weld all the new cross members in. So don't get worried about me chopping that cross member out. There's a lot more going back in. So there's actually going to be more cross members in the floor than there was originally. And the gaps are going to be very similar to what they used to be. So yeah, so that is all going in the floor. There's a lot more welding to go in the floor. And then we can start putting the floor system back in. We can get the seat set back in. So that is what's coming up next week. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.